you guys. Oh yeah, after you guys finished fighting those wolves was when we started. You guys went back to Terrelin Village, and you talked with Brenson, and he offered another quest, but you guys said you would postpone for now. And then you went to talk to Merla's mother in town. Didn't really go well, especially after she was pushed to the ground, frightened, and
That's
crying.
one way to describe it.
Unintentionally, might I add.
I believe you broke her hip. Wasn't that part of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, hips were broken. Mistakes were made.
I don't think I even said her. I think her name was Catherine. You guys didn't even get to that point. You guys just pushed her over, or at
I
least
think I remember names.
yeah. Yeah, you keep calling Brenson like Brandon and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's in character. My character apparently can't remember names. He's really good at everything else, but just not good with names.
Do you have our characters' names down?
Probably. I think I'm going to say that my character is better at remembering things he reads than what he hears.
Okay.
We also have never really had any lengthy conversations about ourselves with each other, so
Yeah, Pat does that now.
We just show up and go on adventures. So.
Yep. Lack wanted to go to the bar after that because he saw that no guards were on patrol and he assumed that they'd be there. And he went there, asked about Merla, and even they have not seen her recently. They know of her, but they have not seen her. You guys went back to try to go back to Orthorn and got interrupted by an owlbear. Surprisingly, even though everybody warned you about them, they did exist after all.
We didn't confirm that.
You guys have some of the feathers of its dead body.
As I said before, the owlbear does not exist.
Tried selling them to the dwarf. He wouldn't take them, so...
Yeah, he said they were just feathers.
Owlbears don't exist. It was just some sort of bird bear monster that wasn't an owl.
Oh yeah, of course.
Maybe it was a raven bear or a robin bear. We don't know.
And then spoke to a nearby robin in the trees and asked if it knew anything. It did not.
It was a very incredibly friendly robin, if I remember right. He almost made his whole life to wait for us to come back one day.
I actually messed that up. It only lasts for 10 minutes, so he would have flew for 10 minutes and then came right back to where he was. So, I don't have that. I hate that spell now because it's pretty useless. But
you just see that upgraded enslave bird spell.
Yeah, and you enslave animals.
Find slave.
I want like an actual chain around his neck or stuff like that. But I think you guys you guys continued Orthorn. You found Torthak, who
made it with
accepted the apology of Martin, and it all went well. You sold some more wolf pelts, and then you headed to the west of Orthorn, where you got interrupted by...
Wait, can we have that map again?
Which one?
The dot map, please. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to go and draw that over again.
This thing, the arena where you guys fought.
No, or we spent 15 minutes drawing the dots and how they connect in north, south, east, and west.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. You're trying to follow Katya's request to go an hour to the west, and you heard screaming, and were suspicious, but still fooled in the end by the old "please help me," and ends up being a bandit.
No, I don't think Lack was.
Lack saw people, but him and Tarnum still advanced to the pit trap that they didn't see. And that's when battle commenced. Once again, the strongest enemy I had could not land a single hit. So you guys easily killed them. One of them was punched and got his neck snapped from the impact.
Yeah. Thunder punch.
The other one was frightened after seeing his friend get a bolt in the neck, and then once again died by lack. And then you guys leave the bodies. You found out that for some reason they had a note after Mike. Apparently, some kind of bounty hunter or something like that. You're not really sure, but you know that apparently he isn't on good terms with someone, and that's where you guys ended.
All right. So I think we said we want to take a short rest. Maybe while we're short resting, talk about the letter or note.
Yeah, you could. Like, you want to build another fire?
Really we're done with the bodies. We've looted all of them. There's nothing more we can do.
No, we said we weren't going to let you skin them. So
I would love to skin them.
There you go. There's your map.
Thank you. So, Eri or Mike, does your character need to heal?
Oh, I forgot the sheet. 1 second.
All right. I know you said Fret, your character needs to heal, right?
Yeah. So I roll 1d10, right, Hayden? That's my hit die.
You're level 2, so if you need, so you can either roll 1 or 2 hit die, and then you add your Constitution modifier for
Constitution.
You don't roll it twice. You don't add the Constitution modifier twice. You just add it once.
Okay. Which one's the D10 here? That looks like a 12.
It's labeled 1 through 10. 1 through 0, I should say, and it looks like a kind of like a diamond.
That maybe
more edgy. Yeah, that's the one.
So when you say he can choose 1 or 2 die, since he's level 2, could he just use 1 die now and then on another short rest use a second die?
Yeah, he could. You could save how many hit die you have until you. So if you use all of them, you have to wait till a long rest, or you can divide it up. It's up to you.
Okay, but you can only get that Constitution modifier once.
Yep.
So I got 1. 1 plus 1 would give me 14. I think I want to roll it again, to be honest, and use both now.
A 1 on a D10 is very sad.
3. I'm rolling well. So what? I got the 1 and the 1, which will make 2, and then another 3. So I get 5, right?
Yes.
Are you back to full?
No, I'm a point down.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
No, I didn't get hit. Lack. You didn't get hit, did you?
No.
And you're fine, Hayden, I know. So Eri's getting his character sheet out.
I also have all my spells, so I'm prepared to fight any half ogres if there are any.
So I guess in character, how about that note? I guess once Mike gets back, I'm sharing the note, the contents of the note. So, note says apparently that some people are after Mike. So what do we actually know about Mike?
Our characters, we haven't really talked with them.
Mike hasn't really said much, has he, guys? That's kind of suspicious.
Got to roll insight on him. Does he
I'm gonna roll. Yeah, I'm gonna roll a. What would that be? An insight check?
You can go ahead.
I'm rolling an insight check on him.
Can I roll it too? Or
we should all roll it. I think we would all be suspicious at this point, right?
Meh, I don't care.
My character doesn't care if he murdered people or not. He doesn't care.
Well, are you curious about why he might be wanted or something?
No, because he fights on my side. That's good enough for me.
Well, I rolled a 1, so I apparently trust Mike implicitly and think he's a great character. Getting those bad rolls out of the way.
16.
You probably think you mistranslated what it said.
Yeah, clearly this isn't. So I'm going to hand it to who else?
Wait, what did you think the note said?
Well, I would have mistranslated the note. It was an insight check to see like what I think of Mike. So I think that Mike is a great. I don't think he's suspicious at all. The note just said it was just a picture of Mike, what looks like Mike, and it said the word "wanted" or "kill" on it. I can't remember.
It's a kill. Yeah.
Kill.
You think he's pretty cool right now?
I think I like Mike. I'm okay with Mike.
I rolled 16. What can I tell him?
Eli, did you roll? Can you roll a d20 and tell me your persuasion and your deception modifiers?
Persuasion is -2. Perception
Jesus.
is 1.
Jesus.
I still like him because I rolled a 1. So
He seems good-natured and his intents seem good. He doesn't seem like he's hiding anything.
are any of us racist? I guess we can't really be racist against tieflings, right? Because we have them on our team.
Sure.
Well,
we could.
everyone else in the city is. So
Okay, so
Can I roll for gnome racism?
sure.
See how racist I am against tieflings. 10.
Medium.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't. So with that 1, I'm still cool with Mike. I'm good with him. I'm not super excited about tieflings. Like I don't think they're the greatest race, but Mike's all right. There's some good tieflings, some bad tieflings. Not all tieflings though.
I believe it was established earlier that this might not be the first one I've seen.
Tiefling lives matter.
Yeah, you have seen tieflings. They're not as common. And I think I mentioned they mostly reside in places such as the elemental plane of fire,
Would
which
I have
is
seen
another
any
plane of existence.
on travels? You think?
No, you have not.
Okay.
Most of your life you spent excluded.
No, but I travelled though. Even though I was excluded to myself, I did travel. I went places.
You still wouldn't have seen any. They're very, very rare to find.
Listen to your Hayden.
And even if they do reside in cities, they tend to hide themselves to avoid prejudice and
You wouldn't
hate.
find any in the Fae, then, just to clear that up.
What was that?
You wouldn't find any in the Fae, to clear that up.
In the Fae, unless they traveled by dimension there,
Okay.
like a powerful spellcaster.
Yeah, so they wouldn't naturally occur there, is what I'm asking, basically.
Not naturally, no.
Okay, right. So yeah, I probably haven't seen them ever before.
So I guess I asking Mike on the roleplay level. So why do people want to kill you?
Mike, you have no idea. You're kind of as surprised to see this note as everyone else, especially since your memory is so kind of not good.
So like, what do you share about your character then, Mike?
I don't remember much.
He just follows and just kills and just tries to get a living.
Has he ever been part of any previous thieves guilds or, stolen from anybody with any sort of wealth or power anywhere?
It is possible he is rogue-natured, or that's his class, of course. But he looks like it's a possibility. You still aren't very sure, especially because Mike isn't a very easy person to read, especially since you haven't seen tieflings, so you're not really used to their body language. But you think it's a possibility.
I'm going to point out that I think at this point I would be like, hey, we don't really know much about Mike, and I'm going to point out, like, I don't really know much about any of you guys.
That is kind of true.
Shall we discuss ourselves over this campfire Corian has so nicely drawn up for us? Out of thin air.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the group who everybody is. At this point, we've been together for a couple days, and it seems like they want to do this maybe long term. So, who the heck are you all?
Who's up first?
Is this like hey, hi, I'm Avers, I'm an alcoholic kind of thing?
Well, I mean, what would you say if I turned to all your characters and said, like, who are you all? How would you respond to that?
I am pretty much what you see.
So you just like to kill things?
I'm an ex-soldier mercenary at this point.
I'm going to also apologize for almost hitting you once again with some fireballs earlier, or some firebolts.
Right.
I'm just going to sigh a little bit. I'm going to turn to your character, Hayden, and say, who exactly are you?
I am a druid, as you guys have known, able to transform into not all the beasts, but quite a few that are valuable to me. I actually grew up in a druid tribe, not too far from here, but it would take a while to get there. And my parents actually raised me until they eventually vanished. They went to a cave not far from my druid tribe, and they never returned. So I basically, after I grew up, I just left and have been looking for work. And that's how I ended up here in Terrelin Village. And I also met this cool guy, Tarnum, back in Orthorn.
I would, at that point, I'd probably turn to Tarnum and say, so how do you know Hayden, and who are you? Or I can't remember Hayden's character name, but
Avris.
You know what I mean? Avris.
You tried to rob
Avris.
me. I didn't care.
So you're okay with being robbed?
I'm not okay with being robbed. It's too much effort. I just gave him money. If you want to know about me, I'm a man of a very mysterious past. I left my home at a young age. I don't know if my parents are still alive or not. I haven't seen them since I was young. I've always been fascinated with the world outside and exploring many different places. So one day I just got my stuff together and I disappeared. I don't know if they're looking for me. I don't know if they even know I'm gone. I know very little of them. And then I went off and explored many places. I went all around the continent. I've been to the Fae. I'm going to say at least once. And that is where I got a pet from, which at this point, as you can see, is not here. Is currently being taken care of. It got pretty badly injured in a quest myself and Avris did a few months ago. But I imagine it'll be back with us fairly soon. And then I was wandering a place, as we all know now, Hawthorne. That is when I was mugged by my friend Avris here, and he found some respect.
That's kind of a strong word.
He's a mugging druid sage.
That's kind of look. I just asked him if he had.
You are a sage, though, right? Like, I thought knowledge. Like, I'm a sage. Like, we're into knowledge.
Look,
He uses knowledge to get what he wants. You use knowledge to be nice
are you
to
stealing
people.
for money to get knowledge, or
I
is
just
it
really like money?
And what's the whole, like, not always being willing to cast spells thing?
Well, I only care really I care about myself most of all.
That's understandable.
I care about Tarnum second, and kind of hard to tell between you three who are like more, but
I'm just gonna roll my eyes a little bit at that comment.
And I will continue.
I'm still alive, so that's all that matters to me.
Avris got respect from me after I gave him money, and we decided to travel together, and I would help him in exchange for spells and the healing, and I would help him in his deeds to get money. I had my own longbow and short swords, which enabled me to be a bit more of a heavy, normal damage hitter over himself. And we went and explored many surrounding areas around here, committing petty crimes and getting lots of money.
So wait, so you're a ranger who commits petty crimes, and you're a druid sage who steals.
I call it extended borrowing.
Right. I'm gonna turn to your character, Fred, and ask. I've never actually seen you use any ranger abilities yet. Have you? Like, do you just?
He has track before.
Okay, never mind then. I was gonna just teach.
I think that blood trail.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did track on the trail. Never mind. All right, I withdraw that comment. Didn't say it. That wouldn't make sense.
I turn to Hanok and say, I really, really don't like when people interrupt me. I then continue, and We were more often than not successful in our petty crimes. Around 6 months has passed since, and myself and Avarice have grown close.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm prepared to say right now.
Not after you
know
knock
more than
old
that.
woman down. That's all I'm saying.
It wasn't intentional,
Mhm.
Avarice. It wasn't intentional. You would have took the
Uh-huh.
money if you'd have gotten the chance.
I believe you.
I
Maybe.
wouldn't knock her to the ground, though. There's a difference between stealing her money and actually injuring her.
Oh, you claim to be good, but
should
yet
actually
all
go
you
to steal
do
her
is steal
money. I
people's
should do that.
money. Aren't you just a patron saint here? Mike,
Actually,
what about
yeah.
you?
What?
That's
I
exactly
don't
like
remember
him, actually.
much.
Do you remember anything at all? Anything about your past? Or
I have a long genitalia. That's it.
Jesus Christ. Okay. So, are you guys ready to go? I mean, I'm ready to go.
So, does somebody care about my backstory? I want to ask.
Well,
You talk a lot. You read a lot. What more is there to say?
you're really short.
I'll have you know that I am from a very respected gnome family. All right. I am a librarian working in a nearby, a couple weeks away, gnome city that's known for its university.
What's that called?
What did I call that, Hayden? Gnomington? Some stupid name like that? Some stupid
Gnomington.
I'm going to get
Let me
up
actually
and
look it up.
go patrol around the campsite while he talks.
New Whistleton.
New Thistleton or something like that. Yeah. Like knowledge, like books.
Is it a big garden?
There's not really a garden, you know. I'm a rock gnome, so you know we're more into like caves and stuff.
So you lived
But,
underground.
Kind of. It's there's people will come to trade with us, adventurers would come to drop off books and get knowledge and things like that, trade for that. So there's like the actual like gnome town kind of inside the cave, and there's like a more of a human settlement a little outside of it, like human and other races that prefer to live outside. But yeah, decided to go out and see the world a bit. Gonna let you guys know that I'm not really a big combat specialist, if you haven't noticed. I kind of picked up Firebolt on. I've used Firebolt my whole life. It's a cantrip for me.
Not really
but,
a good spellcaster either.
Well, actually, listen, I put those guys to sleep. Okay, I'm good with spells. It just, I never really used the Firebolt spell to hit anything before. I used to use it to light fires and candles and things. So.
Is that why you almost got devoured by insects?
I also put those wolves out, if you remember right. Okay. And my Owly, is my familiar here is pretty darn useful too. So.
I'm gonna turn to Mike and say, "Is it really long?"
Yeah.
Wait, Frank, me and you are friends now. Remember, after last campaign, we're all like buddy from combat.
How long is long?
It's considerably long.
I see.
I'm gonna ask him, like relative to his species, is it considered long? I am suddenly interested in tiefling anatomy.
Above average for tieflings.
Huh. All right, that's all.
Does
I
he
need to
show
know.
me or not?
No, it does not show you.
Do you ask him? Is that a persuasion roll?
I stand up and I drop my trousers and say, "Look, nothing to be frightened of."
I'm joining you.
At this point, I'm just kind of not looking and just kind of shaking my head like, what the hell is going on here?
I'm gonna go meditate in nature.
Naked?
Remember, I don't know how to deal with people, so I'm just wandering around this campfire with no trousers on.
Like, are the trousers actually off, or are they just down at your knees?
I'm also going to cast Druidcraft and snuff out the fire, so you guys don't get it.
Okay. So so our little short rest is done now. Let's, I think we've introduced ourselves, so let's go on and do adventures.
I'm still waiting for Mike's response to the fact I'm stood in front of him with my trousers.
Well, did you ask him to show him
I did.
His junk? That's a persuasion roll. Wouldn't that be, Hayden?
I think we'd probably start a game of cards out here.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the rest of them
Want
to
to play
stop
Go Fish Lat?
I'm going to
chatting.
go. I'm done with this, so
I have a
coming
deck
after.
of cards with me right here.
Let's play
Am I
that.
making a persuasion
I
roll or
love
not?
card games.
I'm using my. I'm going to use my I'm building a little figurine thing like I do. I'm just going to deduct the gold.
A short
Am I
rest is
making
not an hour
persuasion?
long.
I'm going to
I
start
don't think
it.
you could persuade anybody to see that, Martin.
Well, let's try. Can I just roll anyway and see what I would have got? I'm going to roll anyways. 10, yeah, he probably wouldn't have got it out anyways. Although, me having got mine out should give me advantage.
Why?
You having your wow, that gives you advantage. Just wow. Because everybody knows you're more inclined to pull down your pants when somebody else does it first.
Well, it makes the situation more comfortable. It's less
I don't know.
socially awkward.
Mike, how comfortable are you with this right now? Does him pulling down his pants make you more or less comfortable? Because if it makes you less comfortable, then you should get disadvantage.
I feel pretty uncomfortable.
That's disadvantage, I think, Fred. I mean, I'm not the DM or anything, but
Oh, it's 15, so yeah, I would have got the 10.
We're like 3 card games in, and you guys are still showing each other genitals.
I'm not there. I'm off starting my little whittling thing or whatever, making my thing, even though I won't have enough time to do the whole thing.
And I'll pull my trousers up, say, oh, suit yourself. Move on my way.
All right.
The smell of dead bodies near you isn't as fun to do this genital showing.
Genital show.
So you're saying if we were in a perfumed area?
I would still go find someone to play Go Fish with.
Yeah.
All I wanted to see was how long Oxlong was. Not long enough, apparently.
Too long.
I wish I had the spell silence. That'd be pretty cool.
You know, as a gnome, how do I know if I have penis envy?
What?
I mean, I'm a gnome, right? Like, am I envious of this? How do I determine that for my character? Because that's just something I get to determine because I don't think my character would be, but that's something you have to roll for.
You can do an intelligence check.
Wait.
From this conversation, I assume they all failed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to roll for that. All right.
Can we continue now? Or are you guys going to continue playing some patty cake back here or what?
Like trying to make it family friendly for his video.
I'm not there.
Well, I don't care if the gnome comes along or not.
All right.
He's actually slower than them.
Can I offer to pick the gnome up? Like, ask...
I'm only 5 slower. The gnome does not need help.
After a while, that that catches up. We have to limit our speed to.
Can I ask him if he wants to be lifted?
No, I don't want to be lifted. Whatever.
You were obsessed with picking up that gnome.
You really are. I'm getting uncomfortable with it at this point. I might be wondering if this is sexual in nature after he decided to pull down his pants in front of the other guy.
Are you trying to like incite me for that?
You are getting on my bad side more and more, Tom.
Yeah, I should do an insight check to see if I. Never mind. We're done with this.
We're leaving and we're going.
On adventures.
My
Can we go
character's
kill
like-
some half ogres, please?
I was gonna do an insight check to see if I could figure out your fetishes, Fred.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Averus is the only one for me. Everybody.
I think
I've had a couple drinks
Corin and
tonight.
I are like 200 feet past.
No, I would. Yeah, I'm not actually there though, so I'm just goofing there. So, all right, let's do this. Okay, so let's move us along, Hayden, please.
Okay. You guys have done looting buys and everything, so you guys continue down the path Takes you about another 30 minutes. And you guys see another clearing with a shack in it. Wooden, about 20 feet wide. There is a door and a couple windows near the front.
Okay.
Looks really old, and some of the wood on it has fallen to pieces. It's still intact, but it looks pretty old.
All right. I would send out my owl to scout around it. Do a flyby around it.
At the shack, like looking at it,
Yeah, so it'd be
like looking around it.
Yeah, it'd be like doing kind of like an aerial kind of bird circling thing. Seeing if
Why?
it sees anybody or anything. I would be using that whole mind meld thing to see if I see anything through it.
Are you looking from above or on like through the windows?
Oh, it'll be above. It'll be like I wouldn't be. I would first do above, like just seeing the surrounding area, and then I would have it peek in a window.
Go ahead
So
and roll perception with advantage, I believe, because it's a owl.
Yep. Your favorite animal.
The one that's going to die soon.
I got plans for that. What's its perception modifier? I think it's +3. So that'd be 17. First roll. 20. A natural 20. For that's a flyby around.
Looking from above the view of the house, or the shack, I should say, looks clear in terms of immediate dangers. It doesn't see or hear anything. Now you're going to go towards the window or something like that? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to peek in a window and see what it sees.
Okay.
Am I still grabbing a figure, Fret?
Not anymore now, no.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to roll this with advantage. Do I need to do a stealth check with the owl, or... Well, I guess I'll see what happens. So, 14. And another 14.
14, okay. You look inside. Grab this. Oh, I did forget to say, yeah, there was a small campfire that's put out. Nothing around it, though. But as you look at... This is the front door right here.
Okay.
There you go. You see through the window right here, a couple beds and a desk and chair. Looks very small. Looks like it can barely hold a couple people. Mainly just shelter from... by Eli. Mainly just shelter from, the rain, snow, whatever. But you don't see anybody inside.
Can I go and try the door?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
hold on.
Hold on, Fret. Before you do that, because if that door is booby-trapped, we might have an issue. I can use Mage Hand to open that door for us without us having to actually touch it.
Okay. You're going to cast Mage Hand?
Yeah, you should let me do that, Fret. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay. I haven't been able to use this spell yet. Actually, I don't have to roll for it, do I? Because it's a cantrip.
It is, yeah. You cast it, and it goes over to try to open up the door, and it does not open. You think it's locked.
Okay.
Can I look to see if I see any recent signs of inhabitants, like, around the cabin?
Of course. This will be survival check. See if you can see any footsteps in the ground. Oh, that's good.
What is my survival? That'd be a 19.
19. You see very old, small footsteps and what looks like recent big footsteps. Seems like this is the residence of a rather large being, or two, considering Katya mentioned this could be the location of the half-ogres.
All right. Well, I can't open it, so you
Yeah,
still
but it
want
could
to
be like half ogre, half halfling, so...
Do you want to still try the door, Fret?
Can I try and smash the window and climb through?
Yeah,
Well,
go and make it.
Do we want to have Eri maybe try to pick the lock and check it before we do that? Because if
We have that, yeah.
Because if
Good.
if you smash the window and go through, then if they come back, they're going to immediately know that somebody's been here. So
Well, we want them to know that anyway. Don't we?
okay, if we're okay with that.
Not if you want to jump on them like a surprise.
Yeah, that gives us opportunity attacks. I think we should have E-Ride try the door first.
Try the door then.
You want to open the lock. So roll d20 and add your dexterity modifier and your proficiency modifier. So it should be like +5 or +6 or something.
Where's the door?
Oh my god.
Plus
The door is right in front of this chair, like right here.
dexterity and what?
Dexterity and your proficiency modifier. Because you're proficient with thieves' tools.
Yeah, +5.
So 24, yeah. You're used to these locks, and this is a basic wooden door. The lock comes off very easily. And then you push open the door if you want to, and it creaks. Still looks like there's nobody inside.
I'm going to walk in and investigate the dwelling.
Probably can't put everybody in here, right? It's probably too small.
What specifically are you investigating? Like desk? Chair?
So there's no boxes, no place to store anything that I can see, right? Like there's no table with drawers or anything.
Nope. It's just like a regular desk, and there's nothing on it.
Okay, nothing on the desk. I'm gonna inspect, I guess, the bedroll over here.
Okay, gonna roll investigation.
Okay.
Can I tell which direction those footprints went off?
The recent ones, yeah, they went off. Like you see it several times. It looks like they have been traveling back and forth this way. You do see one more recent that looks like it went off that direction.
11.
11. You're searching both the beds. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, just give me both
So that
beds. if
that
that's okay.
direction.
Yeah.
I'd
You
like to
see.
watch that direction then.
Okay. This bed, you don't really find anything. You see, dust underneath it.
Owl keeping watch too, of course.
And actually, is your owl with you? You
Yeah,
can investigate too if you'd like.
I wouldn't bring him in to investigate a bedroll. That'd be kind of awkward for an owl to do. He's just perched on the place, keeping an eye out.
Got it. So he's looking around.
Yeah.
Underneath the other bed, you see the floor looks a little different, but you're not really sure what it is.
Can I further investigate the floor, thinking it might be like a hatch or something?
You look at it, you're not really sure what it is, but you could, tell someone that
All
you
right.
see something.